Welcome to Zen Fits, the place where nothing fits and suddenly everything fits. So I welcome you to explore ideas with me. I got a new mic. I hope, oh, you can hear it. I'll do this whole talk and find out it wasn't on. But I checked it, but I'll see. We'll see. Anyway, the topic of this talk is have a hot flash. Have a hot flash. 3 years ago, or maybe more, I had prostate cancer, third stage. So it was a good stage. And they prescribed uh, radiation therapy and hormone treatment. This is what Joe Biden got. And so the radiation therapy lasted a month. Well, I also had a little bit of bone cancer too. So I had to double duty here. Prostate cancer and some bone cancer. Anyway, so I did the radiation therapy for a month, and then I had hormone therapy, which was supposed to be for 2 years. But now I'm in the third or fourth year, and I'm still having hot flashes, especially at night. Oh, I have a hot flash sweat, uh, maybe once, sometimes twice an hour. And the neat thing about the hot flash is that when I have a hot flash, I have to pee. So I don't not only just have to uh, throw the covers off, I got to get up and pee, you know. So hot flash flush. So I'm saying have a hot flash here. Zen is a hot flash. Having an idea on TikTok is a hot flash. Learning how to fix your mic so it works is a hot flash. Have a hot flash. A hot flash or a flash of light is, I see. Nothing fits. I have a hot flash. Everything fits. So the question is, how do you create a hot flash? How do you, if a hot flash is good, if it's good to have a hot flash idea, a hot flash on knowing how to do something, uh, when you have a hot flash, you don't have to call tech support. When you have a hot flash, you don't have to call your wife to fix it or your husband, you see. When you have a hot flash, you know what to do. And you don't know what to do, usually you just do it. Having a hot flash is suddenly doing what you need to do to get out of a fix. Now, what's the fix that we can't get out of unless we have a hot flash? Well, let me read you the Great Way of Zen, third patriarch. Let me get my point here. The Great, excuse me, the Great Way. Let me turn this here. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to read this. The Great Way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When love and hate are both absent, everything becomes clear and undisguised. Make the smallest distinction, however, and heaven and earth are set infinitely apart. If you wish to see the truth, then hold no opinion for or against anything, or preference, or choice, you see. To set up what you like against what you dislike is the disease of the mind. The third patriarch of Zen. So a monk read this, and he was walking with Joshu, his teacher, and he said, "Well, where is this place where of no preferences?" And Joshu said, "Go to where there's no hot and cold." "Well, where's that?" Joshu said, "When hot, sweat. When cold, shiver." Now that's a hot flash. See, the wisdom of the hot flash is that when you're hot, there's no way to turn it off. There's no air conditioning. There's no heat pump. There's no furnace. Can't open a window. You're hot. And when you're cool, which comes after the hot flash, you can't turn up the heat. You're cool. So when you have a hot flash, now women know this, you see, women know this. They have body wisdom. Women know what menopause is. They know what hot flashes are. When I tell women I have a hot flash, they laugh. Welcome to the club. Get no sympathy. You see, what I flash, all my hot flashes are Zen. You see, and I share the hot flashes on TikTok here. So when how do you get to have a hot flash of an idea, the hot flash of self-realization, the hot flash of knowing what to do, the hot flash of knowing who you are? How do you get that hot flash? Well, you have to go back and listen to The Great Way. I'll read it again. The Great Way is not difficult for those who have no preferences or choices. Now, this doesn't make sense in our culture because everything is a choice. Freedom is having choice. If you're in jail and you hate it because you don't have any choices. You just have to eat what the jail gives you. That's prison. Well, can I have eggs instead of pancakes? You see, we're conditioned to have preferences in our society. We're conditioned to want a choice. That's why we hate communism. Well, in the communist state store, you don't have a choice. You just buy what's on the shelf. Oh no, we want choices. But you see, we have equated choice with freedom. So now our whole economy creates choices. If if you have a little money, you go to Costco. Going to Costco is the sign you're in the middle class. Poor people don't go to Costco. You can't get out of Costco without spending $200 or $300. I call it the $200 club. But Costco offers choices. Walmart, well, that's poor people's Costco. Walmart offers choices. Wouldn't go to a store that only had one thing, one of each thing, you see. That's ridiculous. So we go choices, you see. We have preferences. And we're trained that from childhood. The mother will give the child, which do you prefer? Uh, Chocolate or vanilla? Well, let's see. The child doesn't want any choices. It creates a dilemma. Just tell me what to do. Give me what you got. You don't give me choices. Choices create a split. Should I do this or that? You see. Oh, wow, 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 wow. And the wow, wow magnifies. Our whole society is a society of wah-wahs, choices. We're drowning in choices. We call that comfort. We call that standard of living. See, we call that freedom. Freedom to choose. But freedom is choice is prison. When you look at it from a different point of view, did you watch a Hurt Locker? I watched that. Now, the Hurt Locker is about choice. It's about freedom from choice. I've watched it 2 or 3 times now. It still reveals its depth to me. I was pissed at it when it beat out Avatar for Best Picture. But then as I watched it, I realized this is a deep movie. The hero in the Hurt Locker is in Iraq, and his job is to deconstruct bombs. He's got to cut the wire. And he said, when you're deconstructing a bomb, there is no choice. There is no choice because you're either alive or dead. You can't cut the wrong wire and say, oh shit, I cut the wrong wire. Bad me. There's no bad choice. When you're alive, you're alive. When you're dead, you don't know you're dead. You're not, there's just not there. There's no choice. So there's only whatever. You see, this is a very subtle thing that we can't compute in our Western mind because we think in a dualistic delivery system. Everything comes in pairs of opposites. That's what Noah said. Or that's what God did on his ark. All the animals come in pairs of opposites. The only thing that isn't a pair of opposites is Noah. Knowa. The Noah. The knower has no choice because what he knows is not a choice. It's not like when it comes to who am I? Do I have a choice in who I am? We think we do. Oh, I want to be a good person. I don't want to be a bad person. So I'll choose I'll be a good Christian. I won't be a bad Christian. I got a choice. Bullshit. You don't have a choice to be, but what you are. So when you're hot, sweat. When you're cold, shiver. You don't have a choice when you have hot flashes. You don't have a choice when you have hormone therapy, which I call, in my weird way, Zen therapy. It's Zen therapy when I discovered that I'm beyond and you're beyond choice. That is the great way beyond choice and preferences between dividing the world up into I like this or I don't like that. We make a list of my likes, then go find another person who's got the same list. That's absurd. We live in a playlist. I created a playlist. These are what I like to play. These I don't like to play. So we find other people who have the same playlist. That's absurd. Okay. Thanks for dropping in. Have a hot flash today.